I'm Rick the Critic, and welcome. We have a great and exciting show for you today. My guest today is Vivian Stancil, an Olympic medalist, a swimmer. She's a swimmer, and I am so happy for you to be here. Welcome, Vivian.
Thank you.
I'm just so glad for you to be here.
Thank you.
I'm looking at the medals and just tell us, please, tell me how you got, because this is such an interesting story. Vivian is blind, and you started swimming at age 50.
Correct.
Tell us all about it.
First of all, I want to say to you, I was 320 pounds weighing at 50. Didn't know anything about swimming, was afraid of the water. So the doctor told me that if I didn't learn to do some sort of exercise, I would die at my 60th birthday. I'm 67 now.
Wow.
And I lost the weight.
And you look great.
Thank you. You know what? I feel like a young girl.
And you look it too.
You know.
Vivian, and so after giving you that scare, you decided to learn how to swim? Or, I mean, because I'm thinking you would do other exercises. How did you get to swimming?
Well, first of all, I want to say to you, I tried the LA Marathon, and that just did not work for Vivian because I was too heavy. And so I told my husband I would like to learn how to swim. And at the time, I was living in Long Beach. So I used to go to the California Pools of Hope in Long Beach, where you could learn something about swimming. I thought I was swimming, but I kept my head above the water because nothing goes to my face. I wouldn't allow no water to get in my face. My husband told me, that's not swimming, so you have to go through Parks and Rec. So I went through Parks and Rec, and Coach Bob said, jump. And I'm standing at the deck just crying, I can't jump, please don't make me jump. Oh, I'm gonna drown. And so somebody was coming behind me, but I didn't want them to touch me, okay? So I jumped in. I jumped in, and the teenagers were cracking up. Look at that old lady. And one day, I called myself doing the butterfly. You know what the butterfly is, right?
Is that
where you put your hands over your head?
Okay.
And pound them down to the water and kick like this with your feet.
Okay.
Well, my back went out of whack, and I had to go to the emergency room. And this doctor made me so mad. Do you know what he said to me? What is an old lady like you trying to learn how to butterfly? And I forgot I was even in pain. I said, do what you got to do to me and get me out of here. So I did.
Wow.
But I love swimming. I love it. I swim. I'm on the road at 4 o'clock in the morning, traveling to Yucaipa for training. And that's the same pool that Michael Phelps swam in. And so I trained there, and I'm doing really good. But guess what? You guys are really lucky, because I compete at the Rose Bowl during the summertime for the California State Championship. And that allows me to go to the Nationals, which it will be held in St. Paul, Minneapolis, Minnesota, 2015.
Wow. You know what? And I'm looking at the medals here. Tell me a little bit about the medals. I know this is not all your medals, because your husband said you had like 170 plus medals, but you bought a few of them here, and I see one with it looks like an Indian. I see even something here, Palm Desert. I see one with the senior, and it looks like Pasadena. Is that something that you did here?
Yes, it was something I did here. Matter of fact, June the 7th, of this year, they awarded me with a big bang dinner around the corner from you guys here.
Awesome.
A big dinner, but the medals are where I compete in backstroke, freestyle, and butterfly.
You got to be kidding.
Oh,
Listen,
yeah.
And wait a minute. Now, Vivian, you said you were 300 plus pounds and swimming, and you just started swimming.
And I just started swimming at 50. Didn't know nothing about the water.
That is so awesome.
And
That
I
is so
love
awesome.
the nationals games. I've been to Virginia Beach. I've been to Pittsburgh. I've been to Louisville, Kentucky, San Jose, California. I have been to Houston, Texas. I had just been all over the place.
And these are all competitions.
Competition medals.
So now, and you also said to me earlier that you're going to the national.
Next year.
So now, so Vivian, how does it start? Is it at a city level, then a state level, then
Correct.
That's
Correct.
the progression. Okay, so you start out and you win. It's a competition within the city.
Right.
And then there's a competition within the state.
Correct.
Okay, and so is it one person from? I mean, how do they?
They have judges that time you. Matter of fact, I did a water slam, and I have been disqualified for doing that.
Now, what's a water slam?
Okay, where you take your hand like this, and you slammed it on the water before you get to the wall. That's called a DQ, disqualification.
Okay, but that means if you're swimming, now you backstroke, right? You don't front, you backstroke, right?
I do.
So when you slam your hand on the water, are you slamming your hand on the water to feel the wall, or why do you slam your hand on the water?
Because I figure I want to get there quick, and I done had enough.
Oh, okay. So you just
See, they have rules and regulations.
Okay.
For strict rules and regulations for with the state level and the national level, and if you don't follow those rules, that you're disqualified. They don't talk to you. They just put a DQ.
Wow.
Next to your
so
name.
this is a strict competition. I mean, you
Right.
gotta know what you're doing, and you can't play
Right.
around with it.
And you have to remember there's 26 different games that at the age of 50
Okay.
that seniors can play. They can play basketball, they can play, do swimming, they can do golfing, bowling, and a lot of more pickleball. I don't know too much about pickleball, but I understand it's kind of like tennis, but it's a very well attended.
Wow. So all of these games seniors compete in, and senior is age what?
50
Okay, so
on up to 100.
wow. And
So
do they have older competitors? I mean,
Sure they do. They
Wow.
had a lady that was swimming. I don't see her no more. She's 95. And what they do, this 95-year-old lady, they celebrate. We get together, all the athletes get together and celebrate and sing happy birthday to her. And that's why I really love the senior games, because it makes me feel like I'm part of it, the family.
That is
you know.
awesome. That is, you know what, when we think of, and we always look at, and well, I don't, but I'm saying that we look at sports and we see these athletes and we forget that there are other competitions beside basketball and football and baseball, and you know what I'm saying? There are
Yes.
other sports. And swimming, I mean, I think when Michael Phelps, when he did his thing, I think everybody just kind of focused on, wow, swimming is actually a sport, you know? I mean,
Right.
I think that at some point in time, people just felt like swimming was just a hobby or just something that you did. They never thought of it as competition. At least I didn't. And so
Right.
now I see that, I mean, there's actually, competition. I mean, there's some high level competitors out there competing
Exactly.
for a gold medal or, you know what I'm saying, an award. And
Right.
that's interesting. I just had no idea.
I never thought that I would have been at this level in my whole life because that was not my intentions to be at the level that I am in competing. I didn't want to compete, didn't want to do any exercise. But then I ran into problems because I had a problem with a right hip real bad.
Okay.
And due to the fact that the swimming is very good exercise and it's really good when you're having pain in the water. You
Wow.
don't feel the pain. So when I had a hip replacement, I didn't feel that much pain after the surgery. I was swimming after 5 months due to the fact that the doctor wanted to make sure everything was fine. But I was ready to go swimming after the surgery. And he said, oh no, you know. But swimming is very excellent exercise, period. And plus at the senior games, you meet 10 to 15,000 different people that's involved in different sports across the nation. We have even senior games in Hawaii. I met some from Hawaii, and someday I would love to go to Hawaii to compete.
I'm sure. It just sounds like you're on your way because you're saying next year you'll be on the national level.
Right.
Wow. And Vivian, this is, did you ever think, from the time, you know what I'm saying, you have children, you've raised children, and and here we are, you know what I'm saying, at 67 competing and swimming and just having a great time, because it sounds to me like you're having a great time.
I am having the best time of my life. Matter of fact, my children knew how to swim, but I didn't know how to swim. And so I said, boy, suppose if we have a flood or I accidentally get in the pool and don't know how to swim, I might drown.
Wow.
And matter of fact, last week I heard about on the news that some man in Hermosa Beach, I believe, or Huntington Beach, had drowned because he wasn't a strong swimmer.
I heard. Listen, we're going to go to a station break, and when you come back, we're going to talk about some more of Vivian Stancil.
All right. Thank you.
This is the moment I knew. His future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds. Stop the texts. Stop the wrecks. Visit us at stoptextsstopwrecks.org.
Thank you, dear. Well, you're very supple. Just like I was at your age. Back then, I was a sex expert. Used to call me the buttered biscuit. I know about birth control, too. So you can ask me anything, baby.
Bedsider.org has birth control information and a lot more. And it's...
Have you had sex in this car yet?
Hi, I'm Rick the Critic, and if you're just now joining us and you missed the first half, listen, my guest today is Vivian Stancil, and she is an Olympic swimmer. Her disability is that she's blind. She's 67, started swimming at 50, and just a wonderful bundle of joy and just enthusiasm and very motivating. And Vivian, welcome again.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Vivian, I'm listening to all these accomplishments, and not only do you swim, you also are I know you're something in your city in Riverside. Tell me all these different hats that you wear, because you wear many different hats. Aside from swimming, what else? You do some other things.
Okay, I want to say this medal here is the Riverside Sports Hall of Fame. So if you ever go to Riverside, you'll see me on the wall of distinction.
Wow!
Yes.
Awesome! Oh, Vivian.
Yes. I'm a pastor of Christian Intercessors of the Nations. And for those audience that don't know what that is, it is a prayer outreach ministry where we give out turkeys. We do food every month. We have 40-pound boxes of food. We have toys. We have turkeys from Morongo. We do clothing once a year, and these clothing are new clothing. Also, I'm the CEO of the Vivian Stancil Olympic Foundation, and we're doing a trying to raise money for drown-proof classes for seniors, children, and youth to take lessons. So we're in the process of writing up our curriculum for that also.
Wait a minute, and you're also the city, are you not the city manager, the
City commissioner for people with disabilities. I mean, I fight for people. I find things that need to be done. I visit the elderly a lot and get some input to take back to the city council or the commission.
That is so, listen, look, how do you work all of this into, I mean, you are so busy. I know even in calling you, it's like, you know, we were playing phone tag for a little while because it's like, where is she? Where is she? Is she in town? Is she out of town? I mean, Vivian, you stay so busy. And that's probably what keeps you looking so young and feeling so, I mean, you stay busy.
I feel good too.
Oh, man, I tell you.
And I wanted to say also, I got a $100 in June the 7th scholarship from Team Post Shredded Wheat. So I am a Team Post Shredded Wheat girl.
Oh my goodness.
With Ralph DiMaggio.
Oh my God, listen, does it stop? It just goes on and on and on. And that's the box of cereal. That's
Wheaties.
Oh my goodness. That is so awesome. So Vivian, you work all this, and you're a mother, and you're a wife, and you're a pastor, and a grandmother, and you do all of these things. You're such an inspiration to women. And women we do a lot of things, but you know what? We don't know really how far we can stretch until we have to stretch.
Yes.
You know, and you've stretched. I mean, you still just stretching. And when I talk to you, you sound like I'm looking for new things to do. I'm looking for something else to conquer. Maybe I'll climb a mountain. Because every time I talk to you, it's like, it's almost like your brain is clicking and saying, I'm just trying to figure out what else I'm going to conquer today. I think maybe I'll scale them up. Maybe I'll go bungee jumping or something. I don't know what to expect from you. When I call and your husband says she's not there, in my mind I'm thinking, oh God, okay, is she on a mountaintop? Is she sledding? Is she bungee jumping? Has she decided she's gonna, skydive? I just never know. I never know because it's just a big adventure with you.
Yes, I enjoy helping other people. I enjoy giving. I really do. That's my gift of giving to people. If I give out, I'm already taken care of.
Yes.
I don't have to worry. I know I can come to you or Mr. Calhoun or to Louise Tucker if I need something.
Absolutely. 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 And I tell you, now let me ask you this, because how would one as a senior, because I'm sure there are a lot of seniors at home and they're thinking, because seniors are what, 50 to 100, you said?
Right.
So how would a senior, how could they begin to do what you do? I mean, what would be the start? If I wanted to, because I'm not afraid of water. I mean, I'm kind of like my friend. I can get in and I can keep myself from drowning, but not serious swimmer. What if I wanted to become a part of this? What if I wanted to start, as a senior, start to swim or learn how to swim? What would be the first thing that I would do?
First, you have to be 50
Okay.
as a senior. And then you need to contact your local senior citizen place where seniors hang out. And seniors are really great.
Yeah.
There's a really great place on Holly, 4th and Holly in Pasadena here.
Yeah, that's our senior, Pasadena senior. Yeah.
And Cynthia Rosedale she does the senior games for the California State right in this area at the Rose Bowl. She does all the games here. And she's the one that you would really contact regarding senior games. You don't have to learn how to swim. You might want to get with a walking group. They have groups that walk, And so, but it's getting to know people, getting yourself out the way. Because sometimes we have seniors complain, oh, I got arthritis, oh, I got this, I got that. But if you learn how to do for other people, guess what? You won't think about what you have.
You know what? And that's very true. Your focus is on someone other than yourself.
That's correct.
And that's biblical too. And we need to take that whenever we're going out. We need to learn how to help. We need to learn how to extend our hand and not just be so grabby and not. So that's a wonderful wisdom right there. Now, as also a wife and a mother and a pastor, and then, like I said, the sports part of it. But tell me, Vivian, how do you find time when do you have any time where you're just kind of just at home and you're just kind of resting and just kind of chilling out? Is there ever a time?
Yes, it is. Matter of fact, I did it Sunday. We think we have to be at the church door every Sunday. We don't.
That's right.
I stayed in the bed Sunday. Mm-hmm. My husband cooked, and I ate, and I did nothing but rest and listen to music.
Yeah.
We do have to have that quiet time.
Yeah.
And because it's the trick of the enemy, and I don't even say busy, I am occupied, because busy to me means being under Satan's yoke. So the Word of God said, you're being occupied.
That's a good word, occupied.
Yes.
We're being occupied. Yes, we're occupying space. We're
Yes.
being occupied.
Yes.
That's wonderful. So and that's, you don't hear people often say that they are resting. People are just moving around and just doing things, but even it's biblical. It says even God rested. You know what I'm saying?
On the
so
seventh day.
Rest is very important. It kind of stimulates and it gets our creative juices going, and we can also come back and just get some things in focus. I know for me, when I'm moving around a lot, I lose focus quickly. So I am thinking, and I'm laughing because I'm thinking, gosh, I might go over there. Swimming might not be one, but you said something about walking. And so there are other things that seniors can do to, I don't want to say occupy, but to actually compete. Because I'm thinking, this is a competitive. And listen, everybody that competes is the same age?
Well, there are different ages. 50, I think, is 50 to 55, and 55 to, they put you in sections.
Gotcha.
They
Okay.
don't expect you to swim like a 20-year-old.
Got it.
You know,
Got it.
they will not put you in the pool with an 80-year-old to swim.
I see. Yeah. Okay, so 50 to 55, and then the 60-year-olds and the stuff. So it's categorized.
Right.
Okay, and that makes it easy, and that makes it fun. I used to play bridge with seniors, and I noticed that their minds, Vivian, were so sharp.
Yes.
I mean, and at the time I was younger, much younger, and I mean, they would bid the contract, and they would throw the trick down, and they would take the trick, throw the card down and take the trick, and then they would, I mean, their mind was like, wait a minute, you know, that trick that you took, you know, 3 cards ago was, and I said, how do they do this? How does their mind stay? But you must, if you don't do something, you know what I'm saying, whether it be physical or mentally, you lose it.
You will lose it. That's a guarantee. And I guarantee you, as a senior, if you do not move, or let me say it like this, if you don't move like you should, because our bodies are like a car. You got to put gas in it, you got to put oil in it, you got to put antifreeze in it. And so to keep that car going, we have to put the right vitamins, we have to sleep, we have to eat the right foods. It's okay to eat fried chicken once in a while, sister, because
Yes.
you know what I'm saying.
I love fried chicken.
But don't overdo it.
Yeah.
We have to move.
Yes.
We have to move. There was one lady, I believe, in Pittsburgh I met. She did the high pole jumping, and I could not even put my legs over a pole 7 feet high.
Yeah.
And so I admire her. And matter of fact, I admire any senior that gets off the couch. And our theme is, let's move.
That is
Let's move. And you know, we're having a gala January the 30th at the Riverside City Hall. And we're gonna have people in the area, sports, old and young, come out to support this event.
Well, listen, at the end of the program, they're going to say a little bit of something about the foundation, the Vivian Stancil Foundation. And we talked about swimming. Listen, we are winding down, but Vivian, please, will you please come back and do another show, especially after National and after you finish the competition and win, because we know you're going to win. Would you please come back and do us the honor of just coming back and talking to us again? We are just, I'm just honored that you're here. Listen, thank you so much for joining us. This is my guest, Vivian, and we'll see you next week.